Previously on Wandering Brit, I took a road trip through Europe up into Russia. I drove up to St. Petersburg and met my friend Mike, and he then took me to Pulkovo Airport for a flight to Murmansk.
Экипаж, семья, и тогда любой из нас не против хоть всю жизнь служить в военном флоте, и тогда вода нам...
I've got about an hour before my flight. I thought I'd come get a bit of food. Baltica. Yeah. And a latte as well. So after part one of my epic Russian journey, driving from London to St. Petersburg, part two of my epic Russian travels start today, where I fly to Murmansk from St. Petersburg. Hotel with no lift. And I'm on the 5th floor. signs. What's my first impressions of Murmansk? Well, it's difficult to say because I've only been here less than 24 hours, but I would say off the bat, now I've got to work out which way I'm going here. Yeah, off the bat I would say that like for a polar area, what you would expect to be like polar area, when you look at places like in Alaska and way up north on the same sort of latitude as Murmansk, the places there seem a lot more desolate and a lot more sort of run down than you would expect from Murmansk. I mean, Murmansk is, there is some real beauty here in Murmansk. I can see like straight away. The building behind me is the Philharmonic building, but yeah, it's a pretty interesting place. We're gonna have more of a look today, and see some of the more well-known sites. But here's a couple of things that I want to see that I've marked down on my Google Maps. And let's see. And as an added bonus, apparently today is I think it's a Russian Navy Day or Northern Fleet Day. There's something naval going on today, that's for sure. So we'll have a look in the port city and see what's going on. But, yeah, it should be. If that's the case, there should be loads going on today. Excellent. Oh yeah, look at these fish on the top here, look. See over the walkway, they've got all these little silver fish. It's well cool. It's a very fishy town. Very nautical, obviously, being Murmansk. Home of the Northern Fleet. I arrived into Murmansk city centre a little bit early, so I'm just going to nip to my favourite burger joint ever to grab a coffee. I'm not going to grab a burger because I'm not naughty. Yeah, I'm just going to grab a coffee. I'm over with that. 100%, million% better than McDonald's, this place, and Burger King all thrown into one. Kusna I tochka. Take a bow, my friend. me, shopping, the experience of shopping in Russia is a much more pleasurable experience than anywhere that I've been to in the UK, you know, because there's just so much choice and there's so many things to buy, and it's so much cheaper as well. Although I'm not so sure it would be so much cheaper for the average Russian, but certainly for me it's a lot cheaper. They've even got boats in here, look. What's that? 179 quid? Yeah, it'd probably work out about 150 quid for a boat. Yeah. Nowhere to come if you want a boat. That little mini toaster, 11 quid for a mini toaster. Tefal, how much is Tefal going for? 45 quid. So most of it is still Western products, isn't it? Like Murmansk and Tefal, and so it doesn't look like the sanctions are hitting everywhere. So yeah, all the Western products are here, you know, Nivea. And then you've got Gillette. All the shaving products there. L'Oreal. Even Aussie. Check that out. Colgate. It's all there. Doesn't appear to be any sanctions going on here. And I know you all wanted to see the dairy section and the vegetable section, because that's where a lot of talk in the media, Western media and Western social media sites is that they don't have enough butter, they don't have enough milk and you know, all that rubbish. But it's clear to see that all the shops are jam-packed. I don't know how many times people have to put this on the internet, the fact that there's no shortages of anything anywhere in Russia. It's just I guess people are just choosing not to believe the truth, you know. Here's all your milk, look. 99p. Look, it's less than 99p for a litre, isn't it? And then the higher fat content there, 139. Some mayonnaise there, look. Heinz mayonnaise as well. Have they got Hellmann's? No Hellmann's, it's Heinz. But check that out, look. 148 rubles for 500 grams. That's like £1.20-ish, I would say. And where I'm from in Guernsey, that would probably cost you around £5, nearly £5 for 500 grams of mayonnaise. So it's a lot cheaper here. There's your pork section, look, per kilo, yeah, per kilogram, 3.69 a kilogram. Здравствуйте. And there's your beef. Chicken, turkey even. And then your prepared stuff as well. Ooh. You've still got all your wines, beers and spirits in here. Not sure how much of this is foreign wine. I mean, you can still see on the bottom you've got your Crimean wine, and there's probably Georgian wine in there somewhere. But you've still got your Cabernet Sauvignons, Beaujolais, Spanish wines over there, Hispania. So this is a good measure of an economy, is comparing cola. Well, they've got Coca-Cola as well. Comparing Coca-Cola around the world per litre, per country. And you see their classic Coke. Obviously, with the sanctions, it's more difficult to get Coca-Cola in Russia. Now it's be interesting to see where this Coke comes from. I can't read that because actually, let me put my glasses on. But this has probably been imported from a third friendly country. Let's have a look. Azerbaijan. So this has been imported from Azerbaijan.